didn't he?
And it never worked then either.
It didn't work then either. We have stories. We have a lot of stories. We're not going to share them all, but we want you to hear a few of them. First of all, thank you all for coming. We are so happy to have you make this party. Now, I told a lot of lies to get my mom and dad here without them knowing that you all were going to be here.
We all did.
We all told a lot of lies. Now, Barbara Kent says that we do have a chance for forgiveness. How's that work? We're going to have a repentance day after this. Yeah. So just so that I can feel better about myself, I do have a book that just came out recently, and I will sign it. And then this is a book signing, and I'm good. Right?
You're not absolved.
Still a liar.
What?
Still a liar.
I'm still a liar.
What about the rest of us? What do we do?
I don't know. Barbara has the key. She knows how to pray for repentance.
Your knees aren't dirty enough.
Well, we're going to tell you a few stories, just because. And the reason, by the way, that we're having a 59th anniversary party is because the Yelvicks and the Furches have a reputation, and you guys all know that they're always late. So this is the 50th anniversary, but we're just 9 years late.
Yeah, but Uncle John hurries on his way there.
He does, but he does drive under 90.
Not much.
So we want to tell you about the adventures of growing up with the likes of my parents, Barbara and Glenn Kent, and the Yelvicks. It was always an adventure. And I'm sure there must have been some dull, boring days, but we didn't want to say it very loud because if we did, they would just kick us outside. I can remember Mom would have Sherry take me on a picnic. But if Tracy said she was bored, what happened to you? Chores.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Aunt
you-
Donna would have her doing chores faster than Rosie could make it from Nye to Absorki.
Yeah, exactly.
If I was bored, I had to clean the chicken house.
Oh. And I learned a lot from my mom. She was very resourceful. She could get the dirty dishes in the oven just in time before the guests would arrive. And she would stand at the door, well, hello, like she had it all together. But then, of course, her 5-year-old daughter would say, Mom, just put all the dirty dishes in the oven.
Of course, then there was the time that the pastor came over. Pastor Kuhn was his name, and Mom and Dad they used to play chess. And I got sent to bed, which I, of course, was not very happy about. And so I thought they left, and so I yelled out from the bedroom in the back. I says, hey, Dad, when's Pastor Kuhn going to get a job? That was a hit.
So from digging snow and gumbo out of our car tires between Melstone and Grandma Arla's house,
With a coffee cup, because they didn't think to bring a shovel.
traveling by car was always a good time. Except when the time that Tim thought that those little things you push down to lock the door on the car looked a lot like a nail and was perfect for his toy hammer.
Wasn't that much of a toy.
That toy hammer is still lost somewhere between Ingomar and Melstone.
It wasn't my fault it broke. No, not the hammer. The lock broke, and then
Yeah.
Dad sent the hammer packing.
And it didn't even matter what the weather was. No matter what, even if Mom said, Willie, I don't think this is a good idea, he'd say, where's your sense of adventure? Then we'd be on the road to Grandma's house. So we never get tired of telling the story about how Dad came home from leave on the Navy, and how many dates did you have? 5 dates. Oh, we always say
No, 5 days.
5 dates.
How many dates? I don't think we ever had one.
But the next thing you know, they're
Oh,
getting
no.
hitched.
That isn't true. Where's Mom? I can't see Mom.
Tell her to come up here. Tell her to come up here.
No, they had a date, as I recall. Now, you may have to correct me on this, but as far as I know, they had a date to a dance, and Dad ran off with his buddies drinking beer and went to Muscle Shell. and Uncle Bob had to give Mom a ride home. It-
That is right, yeah.
that's historically correct.
Certain stories.
That's historically correct.
And it was Dad's car.
Hit the mic.
It was Willie's car, and it only ran when it wanted to, and we had to push it twice.
But I have to tell a story about when I was about 15, and I was probably not much shorter than I am right now. And I came home from school, and I'm gonna do a perfect imitation of my mother. I really am. And I came home, and I just walked in the door, and I'm in charge, because after all, I'm 15, and I got it going on. And I said, "Hi, I'm going to Brian's." And it flipped a switch on her, and she says, "No, you're not." And I said, if I'd asked, I probably would have been okay, but I'm going to Brian's. "No, you're not." And I said, "Yes, I am." And I walked out the door and slammed the door, and I'm headed down the sidewalk, and I didn't hear her answer the door. But here's what happened, because she's a little shorter than me. And she snatched my left arm and went like this. Had me by the arm. Kicked my narrow behind in circles, about 3 circles before we both started laughing. True story, but guess who did not go to Brian's?
Well, the reason why you couldn't, because you're in circles.
That's right. So there's a, so yeah,
hey,
I've been.
We gotta talk about her temper. We gotta talk about her temper when we were little, and she said, if we did, no matter what we did, if she got mad,
When she was serious,
she said, "I'm gonna knock you through the wall."
and let me tell you, if I had not have already been outside,
She would have.
it would have happened.
You'd be outside.
Yeah. And so we're a little afraid now that, we threw this party because, they wouldn't let us throw a 50th party, and we knew she'd be mad. One of the things my mom always says is, "Well, you're just gonna have to get glad again."
It's only a couple of choices.
Nothing in between.
So open this gift here.